Okay, let's look at the homework 4.1, number 5. All right, so we want to find the critical numbers of this given function. All right, so let's take the derivative, right? So we have, so f prime of x is equal to, right? So we're going to have to use a product rule. So you have, this is the first guy, and this is the second guy. So by product rule, so derivative of the first guy is going to be 4/5 in front, x, and subtract 1 from the power. So it's going to be negative 1/5. Right, then second guy, so just put the second quantity x minus 5 squared. Right, plus first guy, x to the 4/5 power. Then derivative of the second guy would be 2 in front, keep the same quantity x minus 5, then subtract 1 from the power, so it's the first power, times derivative inside, it happens to be 1, so this is it. Alright, then what we can do is try to pull out the common factors. Alright, so here, right, I'm gonna pull out 1/5 in front, so 1/5, right, and also x to the negative 1/5, and I'm gonna pull out the x minus 5 as well. All right, so let's pull those out. So from the first term, so 1/5 is factored out, and here x to the negative 1/5 is factored out, and one of the quantity x minus 5 is factored out, right? So what's left from the first term would be 4 times x, so it's going to be 4x, and 4 times negative 5, so it's negative 20 left over there. All right, so 1/5 is factored out from here, so we have to actually multiply by 5, right? So I'm gonna put the 5 in, right? Then if you factor out actually maybe I'll factor x minus 5 out first, so that's factored out. All right, so if you factor out x to the negative 1/5 from x to the 4/5, so basically you're dividing by x to the negative 1/5, so you end up multiplying by x to the 1/5. So 4/5 plus 1/5 is going to give you 1. So it's going to be, this is going to be just x. So you have x, but since you have 2 and 5, so that's going to be plus 10. Right? So we have that. And just make sure that we don't have any sign mistake here. All right, then if you clean it up, you will get this. 1/5, all right, x to the negative 1/5, and x minus 5. Actually, this part is going to be, let's do that here. It's a 14x minus 20. So it's actually 2 is in common, so why not pull that 2 out? So pull 2 out. And what's left is 7x minus 10. Right? All right, then one more step, but before we set it equal to 0. Here, since you have a negative power here, I'm going to put it on the bottom. So let's write it this way. So 2 is on top. Quantity x minus 5 is on top as well. And also 7x minus 10. right? Then what's on the bottom would be 5 is on the bottom. And also x to the 1/5 power. X to the 1/5 power is going to be on the bottom as well. All right. Then you can see that we can find the critical numbers by setting it equal to 0. Right. So if you set that equal to 0, you see that you will get, right, we just have to set the top equal to 0. So you can see that x equals 5 is one of them. So x equals positive 5 from here, from this guy, right? And let's see, set this guy equal to 0. So x equals 10 over 7. 10 over 7 from this guy, right? And also, this derivative f prime is actually undefined when x is 0 here. So since capital F prime of 0 is undefined, which means that x equals 0 is also a critical number. So we will have 3 critical numbers, and the first one is 0, and second one is 10 over 7, and the last one is 5, right, which is the right answer here. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.